I'm very sick. But a promise is a promise. And I do not give up a month into a promise. I'm really interested to see how my voice sounds right now. Hey budget girls and guys, it's me and Ro, and it's the 4th Financial Friday, and I have some very cool questions from you guys. The first of which is, where was your meal plan video this week? And the answer is, it didn't exist. It's been a very long week so far for me, and I'm filming this on a Wednesday night. I got back from Jackson after spending time with my family for Thanksgiving on Sunday, and what should have been a 6.5-hour drive took like 9 hours, including an hour nap because I was exhausted just because the weather was so bad. Plus side, I did figure out how to sleep comfortably in my new little car. Apparently if I recline the driver's seat and then flip my legs over onto the passenger seat and then like ball up a blanket behind my head, I can sleep like a baby. But I can also sleep pretty much anywhere, so that's not really like a huge accomplishment, but it's nice to be able to find a comfortable way to sleep in your car that doesn't get you to wake up with a crick in your neck. So I got home around 10 p.m. and I felt awful. Felt this coming on. I've been fighting it. And I didn't go to the grocery store. I went to sleep. So what I've been eating this week, I ate, I've forgotten what I ate on Monday. On Tuesday I know I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for lunch. And, oh, I remember on Monday night for dinner I had lasagna from the freezer. And last night I had part of a quesadilla that I had left over from the weekend. And I've got some ham and some potatoes in the fridge that my family sent me home with. And I know this morning when I went to go into the office to make the paper, I ran through Walmart first and I spent $16 on like freezer foods and some clementines and some juice and stuff like that that I could just kind of like heat up. And so I got, it was kind of like a Mexican mini Hot Pocket / bagel bite thing. They were little triangle things with tacos inside them. And that's what I had for lunch and dinner tonight. And I've been drinking a lot of like vitamin and juice stuff. So, but my paper's out. I lost my reporter this week, so I had to do the whole thing myself. It was not fun. Okay, so next, yeah, no meal plan this week because I haven't really gone grocery shopping yet. I'm pretty much going to eat out of the freezer and the pantry. Oh, pro tip, keep 1 or 2 things of boxed soy milk. You can get them at the Dollar Tree in your pantry for when you run out of milk or your milk goes bad. My milk went bad over the weekend, and so I couldn't use it. Oh, that's what I had last night, tomato soup and grilled cheese. I had that at some point over the past 3 days, but I make it with milk, and I didn't have milk, but I keep some in the pantry, so that way if you're ever in the middle of cooking and you run out of milk, you don't have to run all the way to the store. So there we go. I'm gonna watch this later. It's gonna be weird. Alrighty. Second question. Banking on Money. Hey guys, I love them. Asks, are you contributing to a 401k or IRA since you're paying down debt? I know Dave doesn't recommend doing so until your debt is complete and BS2. Love your video. Hey guys. Alright, so when I was in Hammond, I was contributing to a 401k, and I know that's against the rules, but there was free money at stake, and I don't listen. So they offered up to a 3% match on 6% of my, if I contributed 6% of my income, they would basically half that over again. And so I got out of there with like $5 grand in a 401k. Did not suck. But of course that wasn't all what I put in. That was growth, and that was what the company put in and matched. And so I didn't actually contribute that much at all. But, and I know it's not a thing, but in Total Money Makeover, Dave does talk about how if you're on a very long debt payoff journey, then maybe you should consider doing 401k contributions, because you don't, if you're going to be in it for, you know, 5+ years, you don't want to completely for Go Future. However, there is no company match here in Mena, so I am not currently contributing to a 401k or IRA. I do need to roll over that old one. Thank you for reminding me about that. It's been a very busy 3 months. So, yes, I am actually following the Dave plan to the letter now. Alright, C. Foster says, I don't Black Friday shop, but I did order a few pairs of jeans online. My question, besides food, what categories in a budget are the best variables to try to change? Now, I don't know if you mean to save more money overall, or the line items that are going to be more in flux that you might have to change more regularly. I'll answer both. Obviously, your biggest costs, like your housing, your car payment, those are the line items that are going to make the biggest difference if you can change. If you have a big car payment and you can sell the car and put the money you were putting towards the car payment towards your debt, that's obviously going to make the biggest change in your system. If you don't have that, then you just have to kind of move the needle down like most people do. So I think a mistake that a lot of people make, myself included, when they first start budgeting is that you don't really know what you spend. So you just put together a budget that's completely unrealistic. Like, you were spending about $500 a month on food, and all of a sudden you're like, I'm going to only spend $200 a month on food. And you put it down, and then you're shopping, you can't realistically make that big of a jump. So I encourage people to attempt cuts, realistic cuts, and then continue to break it down. If you look at my budget over the past 3 years, 4 years even, like a lot of my costs have gone down, groceries especially. And personal. I used to have $200 a month of personal money because that was a cut. That was less than I usually spent on myself per month. I wasn't budgeting well at the time, obviously. Now I get 40 bucks a month. So, and usually I don't even spend all of it. So just be aware that a budget is a growing, living thing that will change as your mindset does. And so don't be afraid of doing that. The other way, the budget line items that are most likely to change is going to be your food, entertainment, and personal money, in my opinion. Your housing costs are normally not going to change. Your electricity costs are normally not going to change, especially if you basically amortize over the year and figure out what your costs are. Obviously, my heating costs are higher in the winter. My cooling costs are higher in the summer. What I usually do is if you've been somewhere for at least a year, it's very easy. You take the last 12 months worth of bills, add them all up together, divide by 12. And that's how much you need to save, have available every single month. So, let's say your average is $50 a month. Your average for the year is $50 a month. You're starting in January. You didn't have your air conditioner on. Heat doesn't cost as much. So your bill was $20. So you put the other $30 into a sinking fund for when July hits, and all of a sudden you have a $70 bill. Get it? So, yeah, utilize those and watch personal, entertainment, and restaurant and food spending. Those are the ones that tend to flux the most often in my experience. Okay? Linda Wilson says, BG, how do you budget for Black Friday shopping? Alrighty. So, I don't actually really shop for myself with the money that I have saved for Black Friday shopping. I use my Christmas sinking fund to buy everyone else's gifts on Black Friday. Does that make sense? So, this year, at the beginning of the year, I decided to spend $300 on Christmas. That's $25 a month that I needed to save in order to pay for all the gifts that I planned out. And in my How to Save for the Holidays collab video, I showed you guys my actual budget that I wrote down. If I had $300 at the top, and then I decided this is how much I'm going to spend on Vince, this is how much I'm going to spend on Beth, this is how much I'm going to spend on Jamie, this is how much I'm going to spend to make little treats for everybody at the office, this is how much I'm going to spend on decor. Everything has to fit within that $300, and the money was waiting for me because I sinking funded it every single month. Sorry, sick, can't breathe. Okay, so yes, every single month I moved $25 from my a regular account to an account called Christmas. And then this month I pulled it out. And I put Vince's budget in an envelope, and I put Beth's budget in an envelope, and this is the way we do this in my family. I give them their envelopes, they give me an envelope, and we all have little lists of what we want for Christmas. We buy ourselves what we want for Christmas with the money we've been given in the envelope, and then we give it back to the person to wrap. And this all sounds very unromantic, but I promise you, we forget what we got by Christmas. And it's an amazing system. I love it because I always get really useful things that I love and I want and I need. And I'm not saddled with like, oh, this is just more stuff I have to figure out something to deal with. So, yeah, we've quit surprising each other with Christmas gifts, basically. With Vince's money, he bought a tool that he wanted. I don't know what it does. I don't know how it's different from a regular drill, but it's very green, and he wanted it, and he was very excited about it, and he went out and bought it himself, and he handed it to me. So, and I went out shopping with Beth, and I got her stuff she wanted, she got me stuff I wanted, and we usually get like clothes and stuff like that. So, and since it's Black Friday shopping, since we go out and do that then, all of us have our little wish lists of things that would be nice to have. In my family, it's mostly things that are we've either worn out yearly or just little comforts. Things that are usuals are like pajamas, sweaters. Oh, blanket. I got this blanket for Christmas last year. I picked it out. It's very snuggly. Rory likes to steal it from me. Little house slippers. Like makeup remover wipes. We buy each other socks every year, but you know what? And I don't have to spend my money on socks, and I just have them. It's like magic. Oh, I get bras every year for Christmas, and this year I wanted a Dutch oven, and a Dutch oven has been on my Christmas list for 3+ years. It's been on my wish list, but we were never able to find one that was within a price range that I was comfortable spending that much of my Christmas money on. So, at the same time, I'm budgeting the Christmas money that they give me, deciding what's most important to me. So I ended up getting a Ninja blender and food processor that was on sale for $27 at Target on Black Friday. A Dutch oven at Belk that was on sale for $37, original price $140, and a bunch of like sweaters and other little things. The slippers were $7 at Walmart. I got a bunch of shirts. Beth and I hit like Belk, Kohl's, JCPenney, and we go through all their clearance sections on Black Fridays usually, because they are, I heard a noise. Usually they have some sort of deal where like clearance is half off or something, and you get a coupon, and so we end up getting clothing pieces for like $5 each. And she does even better. She gets them for like $3 each, but in my family, it's a good way to get nice things that you'll be able to enjoy for the next year that are very useful, and you can get them at a better price so you can get more of them. We also did shopping for 2 angels. One was a senior angel and one was a child angel that Vince and Beth sponsored this year. And because we went to Walmart on Thursday, we were able to get I hope no one's breaking into my house. Rory'd be up. Because we went on Thanksgiving to Walmart, we were able to get a really nice bike and a remote control car and all this other stuff that the kid wanted for extremely discounted prices. We were also able to get all the stuff that the senior gentleman wanted, and because she saved so much money by getting the deals that we saw in the ads, they were able to buy more for them. So that's how we do. And so now all I have to do is like wrap stuff up. I'm ready. I'm done. I can enjoy. Okay? And that's how I budget for Black Friday shopping. It's a useful thing. Alright. Mimi, that's me, said, any plans to show us your Black Friday haul? I, for one, would love to see it. I did take like 2 or 3 clips on Thanksgiving when we went out shopping. I will try to put something together on that when is the issue here, because I'm very sick and I'm very busy. I don't have any of the stuff that they got me, that I picked out, because it's with them obviously, but I have the stuff that they picked out that will come from me, and I can show you guys that stuff. I did not do any shooting on Black Friday because that would have been distracting, and we were on a mission. No time to video on Black Friday. That's important. Alright. Chunky Butterfly says, Ladybug, when do we get an apartment tour? Everything looks so nice. I'm trying so hard. I know I promised an apartment tour when I hit 5,000 subscribers. And I'm very glad I didn't promise an apartment tour like the day I hit 5,000 subscribers, because my life has been insane. I've only been here 3 months, and it seems like everything that could have gone wrong or crazy has. So, here's my plan. I have to clean out that back bedroom before Vince and Beth get here for Christmas. So, the house will be clean and like all set up and pretty before they get here for Christmas. When it gets to that state, I will video around and deliver the footage to you. So, it will be here before the new year, hopefully. Forgive me. I'm sorry. And it's not as cute as you think it probably is. I'm still working on it. Alright. JRT5573 says, I like your attitude. What's the use of making a living if you can't live a little? Nothing. I could sit around all day and watch paint dry, and I'd probably have a lot more money than I do. But I enjoy living life a little bit and having friends and doing stuff. And so it's all about moderation, I think. I definitely don't think you should lock yourself away and, you know, Scrooge to every penny. But at the same time, you shouldn't, you know, YOLO and spend everything, because then, you know, you're old and you're eating dog food. That's no fun. Oh, speaking of dog food, I didn't even plan this. Milkweed Sage says, what on earth do you feed that dog that she costs so little? I'm not on the raw homemade food for dogs bandwagon, but even Walmart bottom line brand is more expensive than that, and it sure as heck doesn't have decent ingredients. This is a response to a something I said in the last Financial Friday video, where people are asking me how I pay for Rory and budget for her, and some of you seem to be shocked that she only cost me $10 a month. And I did not dump this bag of dog food, so I could show you exactly what brand I use. This is called Twin Pet. This is 13 pounds of dog food that she's suddenly very excited in. What? You have food. It's over there. This costs exactly $5 at Walmart. There's also a brand that I'm pretty sure is the exact same thing, called Trooper, that I used to get at Save-A-Lot in Hammond, that was also 13 pounds. Yeah. It was also 13 pounds that I would get there, and I usually buy them 2 at a time, and they last her 2 to 2.5 months. She eats 1 big cup, it's like a 2-cup scoop of food per day, and she also, like, if I'll open a can of corn or peas or vegetables, or I'll have a little leftover chicken broth or something, I usually pour that onto her thing. She does get human leftovers quite a bit. But the ingredients of this are ground corn, wheat middlings, meat and bone meal, animal fat, salt, potassium chloride, animal digest, and then a whole lot of vitamins. It says it meets the nutritional levels established by AAFCO dog food nutritional profiles. Protein. Says guaranteed analysis. The minimum protein in this bag is 17%. Minimum fat is 7%. Minimum crude fiber is 7%. And max fiber content is 7%. I guess you wouldn't want too much fiber. And max moisture percentage is 12%. So I've been feeding her this for 3 years now. It's fine. She's never been sick. I asked my vet about it once if she needed any sort of special diet, and they were like, no. Dog food, for the most part, for most dogs, is kind of like baby strollers. Even the cheapest has to go through a certain set of standards. She does that. She just like collapses. I wish I could do that. Nobody judge me. So, yeah. And she gets plenty of chicken and stuff like that when I'm cooking. The dog is not abused. So, that is the brand I use. And on, like I said, every other month, basically, I buy 2 bags of that. And then on the off month, I'll buy her, like, rawhide bones or dog treats. And it works out where we always have both of those on hand. And she's never hungry, I promise. Sometimes she acts like she is, but her bowl is full. Alright, Samurai Scholar says, I love your videos, but I think you need a better quality camera. I know that doesn't exactly fit in with your budget, but maybe you could use some of your YouTube money or start a GoFundMe or something. It's not like it will stop me or anyone else from watching since we love you, but it could attract more viewers. Well, I'm glad you love me and that you won't stop watching me as I film on my iPhone, because I'm going to keep doing that. I made a pledge when I started doing this that if I ever did see any YouTube money, it would go straight to my student loans payment. And that's just, and I get that all of my income that comes in, it doesn't really matter exactly how you allocate it out, but mentally for me, when I say this stream of revenue, no matter how big or small it gets, is going to go towards this, that motivates me. So every cent that I get from YouTube goes towards my student loans. I do not think that people should start GoFundMes for things like this. I think there are a lot of wonderful things that you can get on there and support people that are having a rough time, but that is not me. I have my DSLR. Honestly, it's just easier to shoot on my iPhone, and the quality is HD on this at least. So for the now, I won't be purchasing a new camera. I don't really think I need it, and I hope you guys will stick with me, even if the video quality is not quite up to par. I'm trying my best, y'all. Alright. Sea-Dog Vlog 55 says, Budget Girl, what are you going to do if there's a power failure or your freezer breaks down? I like the idea of freezing things that you have already cooked. I made frozen beans and rice burritos the other day, and they seem to freeze quite well. I'd like to know what ingredients to avoid when freezing. I've also heard you can freeze cooked bacon and cooked pizza in individual slices. I really do like the idea of having a cooking day once a month instead of every day. I need a bigger freezer though. Okay. If my fridge or freezer dies, then I lose the majority of the food in it. Which is okay, really. Hopefully that won't happen. If I do find out that my freezer went out of power, I'd probably find out immediately, because my freezer and I are like this. Like, we hang out all the time. If that light's not on, I'm calling my landlord. I also come from hurricane land, where sometimes your freezer goes off, your power goes off. If you lose a little bit of food, that can, if you're on a tight budget, that can be very, very hard on you financially. But I don't, the only other option, I think, really, is to have a little generator or something that could keep your freezer going, and that is not in my budget right now. Vince and Beth have one. They have a generator to keep their freezer and a couple of lights going if there is a power outage, and I'll probably do that when I have a house one day. But in my little apartment, I eat stuff. Like, my freezer is not usually completely packed to the brim with food. Neither is my my fridge. So I'm in no way starving, obviously. I do have a fridge, or a pantry full of canned food, dry food. I will be fine. So it's just one of those freak things that might happen, and I'm not really going to worry about it. So if I have to lose a couple of pounds of chicken, I will be sad, and then I will move on. North Van says, I notice you don't say things like, I'll try not to fail and live under a bridge anymore. You're a very positive person, but I also really like your sense of humor. You always turn finances and budgeting into an interesting topic. Oh, shucks. That wasn't really a question, but I did want to mention that if you've watched my first couple of Budget Girl videos, I'm sorry. And also, I did tend to say things like, I'm trying this out, y'all, and if I can't do it, I might go live under a bridge. And to be perfectly honest, that was never really a thing that might actually happen. I have family that loves me. I am a fairly competent person. Even if I needed to go work at Walmart, I could keep myself afloat. However, with this budgeting lifestyle that I've adopted, I can't imagine ever even coming within, like, ship to shore eyesight from a periscope distance of any situation like that, because I've figured out how much better it feels like to live with a plan and to save for things and to live intentionally and to plan for the future. I can't imagine not doing that anymore, even if I lose my job here or something awful happens and I have to take a pay cut or, you know, just God forbid, anything. I'm still going to be, no matter what situation I'm in, I'm definitely still going to use whatever resources I have to continue to plan for the future and to plan for things that are obviously going to happen. So, yeah, I don't say that I'm going to try not to fail, have to go live under a bridge anymore, because that's not even conceivable. And that's a wonderful thing, and I'm very happy, and I hope none of you guys, I hope that's not a conceivable thing for any of you, because anyone watching this channel is obviously interested in preparing themselves and providing a better financial life for themselves. So, I sound so weird. I can hear it. I can hear it in my brain. I'm also wearing pajamas today because, well, it's just me. Alrighty. Living a simple budget family life says, can we see your dinners too? Your food always makes me feel like I could do a much better job planning out our meals, and I love your portion control. Short answer, no. Last week or the week before, I did some clips from the meals that I ate that week because I actually stuck to my dinner plan. I always stick to my lunch plan and my breakfast plan because I prep that ahead of time. But it seems like every time I get into the week, something crazy happens, and, you know, I'll end up eating like an MRE or something one night. And it's fine, because I'll just transfer that dinner from that night to the next week. And I always use the perishable things. And also, when, like, I come home from work, and the vision here, it's like I've got horse blinders on. I'm like, make the food, eat the food, make the food, eat the food, go to sleep. And nowhere in that do I think about picking up my camera and I'm like, and this is what I'm eating for dinner. Because then I'd have to, like, plate it. And I couldn't eat it standing over the stove. Which I don't do every night, but I definitely do sometimes. Yeah. No, you can't see my dinners. Not on the regular. I'm sorry. Okay. Don't hate me. Alright, Irina Te Ayuda says, are you planning on having the same New Year goal of paying down $10K on your debt in 2016 since you'll be adjusted in January with the new income and all? If not, what will be your new resolution and why? Lots of love from a Spanish subscriber. God bless you and Roy. Buenos dias. Thank you for being here. Gracias. I am planning on doing another 10K 2016 challenge next year, and hopefully I will be able to not only meet it, but like punch it in the face, kick it in the face, shoot it to the moon, kick its ass, because I have a higher income now, but not so much higher that I could make it like a 15K 2016 thing. So I also need to refund some of my emergency funds and backup stuff. So yes, I am planning on doing another 10K challenge next year. I hate that I'm not able to meet it this year, and we'll have videos on that, but yeah, I am not giving up. Try, fail, and try again or something. I don't know. Adios. Alright. Willie Jones says, how did you learn about Dave Ramsey? Have you inspired any of your friends or family to start their own debt-free journey? Beth and Vince taught me about Dave Ramsey. I think they gave me my first aid book when I was still in college and thought I knew more than everyone. And I was under the impression that I did not make enough money to budget or save. And if I had read the book, I would have learned that that was not true, but I did not. So I did not start my Dave Ramsey journey until after college, when I realized that this whole not having a plan thing was not working out. And have I inspired any of my friends or family to start their own debt-free journey? No, no one listens to me. Which is why I talk to you guys. Last question. Lana B says, when can we have a house tour? I already said that. Have I made any boyfriends here? Do I keep in contact with my old friends? And what does Rory do while I'm at work? I do keep in contact with my old friends. I've talked to several of them today, actually. Jamie in California, and I talked to Lauren, who lives down in Hammond. She was telling me what's going on at my old newspaper. So I do keep in touch. I haven't really seen many of them. Though, over Thanksgiving weekend, I saw an old pledge sister of mine, Kathy. We got to go see Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. And she lives up in Kansas right now. And she was down visiting her family. And since I was there visiting mine, I got to hug her neck and say hi to her and show her my new car. And she also got a new car. And it's a lot nicer than mine. It talks, and it's got like 19 video screens. And no, she does not have any payments. So yeah, she's very good with money. Always has been. Way before I was. Boyfriends? No. Okay. What does Rory do while I'm at work? Well, yesterday she ate an entire chocolate orange that was supposed to be a stocking stuffer for Vince. So, she gets into stuff sometimes. And yes, she's fine. She's fine. She's gotten into chocolate before. This was in like just shy of a steel case, by the way. It was in my suitcase, which she opened, and in a plastic box, in a cardboard box, and like in the packaging, in a wrapper, in 2 plastic bags. She still got it. So that is what I get for not unpacking after coming home this weekend. I just haven't had time. Yeah, sometimes she gets into stuff. Usually not. Usually she's a really good girl, and she sleeps all the time, and she unmakes my bed. It's really cute, actually. Never let your dog under your covers, because then they'll whine and demand it constantly forever for the rest of their lives. And so I make my bed after I get up, but she sleeps under the covers with me. Like, she'll get right here and she'll whine until I'm like, okay, you can get under the covers, and she'll like get down there and sleep under the covers. She's a spoiled, furry little butthole. And so when I'm gone, she tries to get under the covers by herself, but she doesn't have thumbs, so she can't do it. So she just like drags the covers down, and then sleeps like on the top sheet, or like throws the pillows off the bed or the couch. She also likes to throw the pillows off the couch, but she doesn't do anything destructive normally. That the chocolate thing was kind of a random. Mostly she does this. She sleeps. And I'll leave her like a rawhide or something. And I come home for lunch, and we go walk and we play most days. And she's a fuzzy little butthole. But I love her. And she's my favorite. So tell me about your fuzzy little buttholes below. And what they did recently to piss you off. Like right now she's on my grumpy cat pillow. Now she also likes to nibble the corners off of the pillows, which is very annoying. Now she looks all guilty. Ignore the crazy rambling video. I'm not even on any drugs or anything. I swear. I'm gonna take some to go to sleep though, because I've got like sinusy stuff going on. Good luck to everyone doing Vlogmas, by the way. I saw that, and it was like a video a day. People are crazy. But I love you, and I will happily watch your Vlogmasy stuff, but I ain't doing that. Okay, please ask your financial questions below, or else I can't do these videos anymore, and I'm running out of questions. So yeah, ask them below. Ask me anything. Preferably financial stuff. I like answering those. I need to go to sleep though. I love you all very much. This is why I'm doing this. Sick and in my pajamas at midnight. Alright, bye. Rory, help. Rory, help. Help, where's Mama? Where's Mama? Where's Mama? Help me. Help me, Rory. Help me. Help me, Rory. Help me. Help me. Help me, where's Mama? Ah! You found me. Oh, look a girl. Did you find Mama? Yes, you did. Good girl, you found Mama. We found Mama.